Hello. Today I'd like to do a quick video on my Digimon virtual pet collection. I'll start with the original Digimon Vpet from back in the 90s. These are my original version 1s from back when I was a kid. They're not in perfect shape, and some of the screws are missing. I had a lot of trouble keeping track of screws when I was a kid. These were the only Digimon Vpets that were readily available at the time. I was more into Tamagotchi back then and didn't really start getting into Digimon until later. Next is the Digimon version 20th, which released in Japan in 2017 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Digimon. These are the Omegamon, Alphamon, and Zubamon colors, which were released as the second wave of the version 20th. I completely missed the first run of the version 20th. At the time, I wasn't actively collecting. I heard about them after the pre-order period ended, and I had to pay a lot more than I would have liked to get them. However, the version 20th was a huge upgrade compared to the originals. Looking back, it's amazing how much they were able to pack into these with the same size and shape as the originals. In my opinion, the colors of the second wave look amazing. I have been very careful with these, and they are still in like-new condition. Next up is the US release of the version 20th. These run on essentially the same programming as the Japanese version, just translated into English. The US version came in 3 waves, and all 3 had interesting colors. They are a lot more affordable than the Japanese version, and are readily available through Amazon. This next one may look like a version 20th, but it's actually a version revival. This was a re-release of the original wave that was only released in Japan. There were quite a few software changes for the version revival, the most important in my eyes being the new freezer mode. This allows you to pause your Digimon by storing them in the freezer when you can't take care of them. I personally find it very hard to keep up with the version 20th as it does not have a pause function, so I tend to run the version revival more often. Here we have the Digimon X, which was released after the version 20th in Japan. The X was exciting because it was a brand new virtual pet with new characters and features, but in the classic brick shell. The Digimon X also came with a small comic that explained the lore behind the device. I can't read Japanese, so I don't know what it says, but the illustrations are nice to look at. The Digimon X was still a Vpet, but it added a leveling system where you would get XP from doing battles and level up your character. There was also a quest mode with various stages you could battle through and earn items to power up your Digimon. They also released a second version of the X, with 2 new colors and new characters, as well as an X3. The X3 is probably my favorite of them because it had the biggest character roster. I'm actually running this one right now, and I love the bright blue color. They even used a white PCB on the inside so that the blue is brighter. The X was a great follow-up to the version 20th, and thankfully they also released a US version. There were 2 additional colors for the US, as well as a redesigned package. These are also affordable and available on Amazon. Next, we have the Pendulum version 20th. I'll be honest, I was not a big fan of this device, mostly because the shaking mechanism that was used to battle was wildly inconsistent on mine. However, it does have a lot of cool features, and it is very well liked. Luckily, they also released the Pendulum Z, which combined the leveling and XP system from the Digimon X with the shaking and Jogress features of the Pendulum series. In my experience, the Pendulum in these is a lot better. And they also simplified the shaking system, which made it a lot more enjoyable. Each color of this device also has a completely different character set, so there was more of an incentive to collect every color. Finally, there is the Vital Bracelet. I have quite a collection of these, so I won't go into too much detail since they are shown off in my other videos. I have the original version in black, as well as the special edition yellow. This one came with the extra Ancient Warriors dim, which has yet to be released on its own. This is the Digivice V, an improved version of the Vital Bracelet. I really like the packaging on this one. I think it's a lot more eye-catching. Then we have the DIM card evolution file. I have most of my DIMs stored in here. We have Impulse City, Agumon and Gabumon, Blizzard Fang and Volcanic Beat, Infinite Tide and Titan of Dust, and the Black Roar Trial version. I also keep my Gamamon dim in here since I don't have Shadow Howl. This is the dim card holder, and I'm currently keeping 5 dims in it. Angoramon, Jellymon, Dynasty of Evil, True Shadow Howl, and Mad Black Roar. These are the ones I'm actively using, so it's nice to have them be easy to access. Here is all the packaging for the dims. There is also the Hermit in the Jungle and New Metal Empire dims, which don't currently have a slot in the evolution file. Hopefully, they will release a second evolution file in the future that will have space for these. And that is everything in my Digimon Vpet collection. My favorite overall right now has got to be the Vital Bracelet. I've been running it non-stop since back in April of 2021, and I still enjoy it. Feel free to let me know what your favorite device is in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.